Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as we seen a few months back in April. It was breaking news all over the headlines. Shannon Sharpe had been hit with a lawsuit of alleged rape and assault with the girl that he was dealing with. Right after that, he came to the internet and responded, said that it was consensual, it was an OnlyFans girl, and that this stuff was a shakedown being orchestrated by the lawyer Tony Busby. As now, he has decided to settle out of court with this situation. No details with that were revealed, but he had taken some time away from ESPN to handle this matter, as now the news has broke that ESPN has cut ties with Shannon Sharpe after the publicity and this being done in the media with this lawsuit. And every news report that's coming out with this is citing The Athletic as their source. ESPN parts ways with Shannon Sharpe following settlement of rape lawsuit. Sources: ESPN has cut ties with NFL Hall of Famer and media analyst Shannon Sharpe less than 2 weeks after he settled a lawsuit in which his girlfriend accused him of rape. Sources briefed on the decision told The Athletic on Wednesday. Sharpe has not been on ESPN since late April when the suit was first filed. He said at the time that he would return to ESPN at the beginning of NFL training camp. ESPN declined to comment. The woman known as Jane Doe in the suit was seeking $50 million for pain and suffering, psychological and emotional distress, mental anguish, embarrassment, and humiliation. Sharpe publicly denied the allegations immediately after his accuser filed the suit in April, calling the case a shakedown attempt. He has maintained that he and the vital woman were in a consensual sexual relationship. Since retiring from the NFL, Sharpe, 57, has had a long media career, first as an NFL studio analyst and then as a sports talk host at FS1, where he rose to greater prominence debating Skip Bayless on Undisputed. After that run ended in 2023, Sharpe joined First Take as a twice-a-week foil for Stephen A. Smith. Sharpe continues to have his podcast club Shay Shay and Nightcap, where he teams up with former wide receiver Chad Ochocinco, both of which are currently distributed by the Volume in Agreement that concludes at the end of August. According to sources briefed on the deal, before the suit became public in April, Sharpe was closing in on a major podcast deal that may have been worth as much as $100 million, as Front Office Sports reported at the time, and sources briefed on the situation confirmed to The Athletic. $100 million negotiations on the table with the deal that is ending with Volume now, Shay Shay and Nightcap, but now fired on a separate situation from ESPN. And I got to keep it all the way 1,000 here. I am not shocked, nowhere near surprised that they made this call. When he did that video and responded to what happened once Tony Busby came out with the lawsuit and stuff, and he was like, yeah, you know, tell them about your OnlyFans, and he put her name out there, said that, hey, this is all consensual, then ended up saying that there was a video involved as well, and that came out of Shannon Sharpe's mouth. I said, oh, they're going to probably back away from this for good, and he announced that I was taking some time away, but they went on, confirmed it, that they are firing him now as football season is about to start. You got to understand, ESPN is ran by Disney. I want people to just know that. I wasn't wishing this on Shannon Sharpe at all. I didn't want this to happen to him. I don't feel like his sexual life should be exposed out here. No man's stuff should, as long as he ain't really doing nothing that down bad or dirty. If they into this, it sounded like to me that they was having some type of like wild alternate like sex type conversations going on. But I said when it made it to the public, this is going to damage them, as ESPN was going to have to pay Shannon Sharpe a hefty bag pretty soon as well. They looking at it like, hey, why have this bad publicity? And let's keep it a band. Also, stuff been kind of slow with the season ended in the NBA for the summer. NFL about to kick back up, so it's going to be back turned up again. But they ain't really trying to pay everybody this super big payouts either. Just keeping it all the way 100. They not trying to keep giving everybody these $100 million deals. And they knew that was finna come for Shannon Sharpe on top of the $100 million deal that's separate from them, which Shannon Sharpe was negotiating for, just gonna get that. he was gonna probably want upwards or close to that with ESPN in the near future. So it's just they like, hey, we can go and cut ties now. He got some dirt in the media on him. We just go ahead and move forward without it. And it sucks for Shannon Sharpe, man, because Nas out there, everybody see it. You got fired because of this girl, and that's a decision that he made. And as I said before, I don't feel like this stuff should have been exposed by her. It clearly was in my opinion, from where I sit, my just making an observation, it was a quick little hustle. You listen to it, you see how it played out. They did come to terms of agreement. We don't know the amount that Shannon Sharpe had to pay. His team had offered her $10 million to not make this go public. So I'm pretty sure it was probably over $10 million. There's allegations on the internet of an amount, but we don't know what they are. She, of course, announced that she's retired from her OnlyFans. And all I got to say for Shannon Sharpe is, or just anybody in the future, man, this can happen to any nigga that is out here dealing with a woman, period. Like, a woman can just wake up one day and go sour and go foul on you. Thinking it's cool. You thinking y'all getting your little freak on and geek on and turned up, having some good, nasty, wild sex that y'all both into. She can say, hey, you know what? I'm finna go say, dog did this. I know he got that check in that sack. The goal is to avoid yourself out of these type of situations. If you exchanging money regularly, goods, sex like goods and stuff like that, especially Shannon Sharpe going down at his age of nearly being 60, dealing with a girl that's 20, 21, 20, you got to know how this game could go. They really lining you up and looking for that quick come up. That's why I just tell people, hey, no matter whether it's legal or illegal or not, because it's not illegal. Shannon Sharpe did not get charged for this, but he probably feeling like he got charged with it, how much money it did cost him in the long run, the reputation damage in the media. You know, people gonna hold it against you. He'll be straight. He still got his podcast, still got the nightcap, but this girl that really cost dog a lot. And Monique told him about this, man, and niggas got to know better, bro. It just is what it is. And all I can say is you got to keep your head on the swivel. You got to stay on your pivot. And when them girls get to talking about every time we link up, we got to give digits. And I'm talking about amounts. We got to give checks. Running up the digits, you got to know it might be a hustle. She ain't really there for you. She really there because she want that money. And if you gonna go there with a young girl as an older guy, I tell you this, nigga, don't do it for fun and games. You might as well lean all the way into it and hold on your arm as your gal. Like, hey, we're in a real relationship, because it don't get to this point. Y'all can have a bad breakup and things like that, but if you out there really keeping it in front of the world, people gonna judge you, which they gonna judge you and talk about you anyways. But in them type of times, it's like, well, hey, he really courting her. That's really his lady. It ain't gonna have this same type of sentiment right here. But Shannon Sharpe out at ESPN, crazy situation. They taking a lot of niggas down right now. We just seen them go after Jay-Z. We just seen them go after Diddy. They going after Smokey Robinson. They going after Tyler Perry. They went after Bill Cosby. This person, that person, even that lawsuit that Diddy was in, that little opening thing in New York, that little window for statute of limitations, it was a bunch of celebrity names in that as well. They most definitely going for the gusto right now. But tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.